Nay Benz, police say you're a trigger puller. Police say you're a trigger puller. Is that true? What? Police say you're a trigger puller. Is that?
What's good, yo? We back with another video. We got unfortunate news coming out the Bronx. Nay Benz, along with other drill rappers from 183rd, from Slattery, from SB, whatever you want to call it, have been indicted by the state, totaling 20 SB members and 176 counts. If you don't know, Nay Benz came home only 4 months ago and was one of the front runners for MVP for drill in 2024. She was bringing a different type of energy back to the Bronx that was desperately needed, and it now looks like her run has come to an unfortunate end, and for the moment we don't know when she'll be able to get her freedom back. Like I said, there was 20 in total SB members that was indicted and 176 charges handed out to all 20 of them, but it looks like they're targeting Nay Benz, the biggest drill rapper from that block, by handing out so many charges for this case. And as you can see, it's up to 29 charges. Obviously, she's not going to be charged and found guilty of all these charges, but the fact that she has started out with 29 charges on this case goes to show you how deep they want to bury Nay Benz. And the reason they hit Nay Benz with 29 charges just by herself out of the 176 charges in total is because they look at her as the most prominent rapper that's promoting violence in her music, and her also is a legend that she's the chief and or leader among those 20 indicted. And like I said, a part of this indictment, there was 14 shootings. Nay Benz caught at least one of them. That's why she got hit with 29 charges. It was at least one attempt, and now was her top charge. But there's no further details of when or where that alleged happened. And the title of this indictment is Slattery, in quotations, gang members indicted in 14 shootings in Fordham area, including 2 that wounded 4 bystanders. One defendant charged with rival in Bronx Courthouse. He bragged on Instagram about smuggling scalpels in the court. And here goes the opening statement basically from the indictment saying, according to the 18-month investigation by the Bronx District Attorney, Violent Criminal Enterprise Bureau, and the NYPD Gun Violence Suppression Division, there was a conspiracy involving the gang to possess firearms to commit acts of violence against opposition rival gang members from June 15, 2020 through June 27, 2024, encompassing 14 shooting incidents, a brutal slashing inside the Bronx Supreme Court of a rival gang member, and a gunpoint carjacking, a stabbing, and gun possessions. The investigation revealed the members of Slattery utilized various social media platforms, primarily Instagram and Facebook, to threaten rival gang members and promote themselves. Slattery members and associates post drill rap videos onto YouTube in which they bragged about shooting and mocked rivals. 15 handguns and pistols were recovered in this investigation. Right here we got 3 separate incidents that the DA and detectives have highlighted in this indictment. On June 18, 2020 at Morris Avenue and East 184th, defendants EBK Nas and Day Ryer ran towards a crowd of individuals who playing cards, and EBK Nas allegedly fired at least 6 shots at the group, striking 3 people who were not involved in gangs. They both fled from the scene, and just minutes later, Day Ryer was shot by members of a rival gang, and EBK Nas allegedly returned multiple shots at the rival gang. And then a month later in 2020, you got EBK Nas and Fee Banger went to East 194th and Briggs Avenue, which is the heart of 9-4, the block Lee Julie's from, where Fee Banger discharged 4 shots at purported rival but struck a passerby instead. And the one thing about these indictments, once you start hitting civilians and people that have nothing to do with nothing, that's when the DA and detectives start picking up cases. And as you can see, they waited 4 years just to throw this indictment together, but they made sure not to forget about this situation. And then you got a more recent incident on January 27, 2023. Fee Bang and others were in the Bronx Hall of Justice and spotted members of a rival gang standing outside the youth park on the 5th floor. Fee Banger and the others approached these individuals, begin to assault them. Fee allegedly used a sharp object to strike one of the individuals, causing a large laceration from her lower chest area to her abdomen. The victim was taken to the hospital and received 35 stitches. And this isn't an indictment, but I remember vividly, it was Fee and Roddy at the courthouse, and I think they ran into Roy G from 80, and I think it was Emma G, and I'm pretty sure it was Emma the one that got cut. And then not only are they alleging that Fee slashed somebody in the courthouse. They're saying that same day he boasted about the slashing at the courthouse on social media, saying in substance that the courthouse is his territory. I think the 150s from Cortland would disagree, but a week prior to this incident, he posted a video on Instagram bragging about smuggling in scalpels every time he's at the courthouse and showing how to do that. So this man Fee, they're saying he showed a step-by-step tutorial on how to bring a scalp into the courthouse, and then a week later he ended up cutting somebody with his scalp. And y'all best believe them detectives got everything tapped from your Instagram to your Facebook to your phones probably. And here goes everybody that's on the indictment. A lot of these you see in Benz videos. People she shouts out in her songs. Even rappers like Dave Ryan and Shy Loso. Shy Loso's been on a bracelet for like a year now. Hasn't been able to drop music or none. And now he's a part of this indictment. And then you got the random pop-up of Bree Rose, which I've heard she's been Chris Paul'd from block to block, and now she was not 8 months pregnant when she got picked up. Crazy how life works. Feel bad for the baby father. He got to go through this indictment and also be the father of Bree Rose's kid. God bless him and everybody that's on the indictment. It's crazy because not only did they target Nate Benz, pinpoint her with 29 charges, they picked up everybody from Dave Ryan to Shy Loso, everybody that was doing something for SB other than Lil TJ at this point, I guess. They swept up and took everybody. Oh, and don't forget J.Geek. We went from Eddie SB, Dave Ryan, Nate Benz to J.Geek. Great. Y'all know what y'all think down in the comments down below. I'm going to get up through it. Appreciate for rocking with me. Keep doing y'all. Keep doing me. Be safe. Stay dangerous. Good.
Well, now to an exclusive you'll see only right here on Fox 5.
We were there, and the only TV crew along for what police call the takedown of some of the most violent gang members they've ever seen.
All right, our Lisa Evers joins us now with her exclusive look with the NYPD. Lisa.
Well, Stephen, Natasha, we had that firsthand look at how the NYPD is bringing alleged gang members who terrorized their own community to justice. And now the Bronx DA says they've been charged in a 176-count felony indictment.
It's before dawn on Wednesday, but NYPD detectives from the Gun Violence Suppression Division, called GVSD for short, are joined by detectives from Bronx precincts and warrant squads for this important mission. Their mission? Stopping the reign of terror caused by teens, young men, and a few women who engage in running gun battles with their opposition or ops at all hours of the day and night, no matter who's in the way, right in their own community.
These cases are the single most impactful reason that shootings trend downwards.
The targets are 20 members of the Slattery gang based out of Slattery Playground in the Fordham section of the Bronx.
If you come around from 2 on, that's when it fills up with all the gangs.
Investigators say they're responsible for more than a dozen shootings and attempted murders.
It's almost like they were competing with each other to see who could shoot more times.
The Slattery crew, also known by other names like Slaughtery and S-Block, allegedly took aim at their main opponents or ops, other young people, for no good reason. Investigators say the hatred is fueled by inflammatory disses about murdered ops and drill raps posted on social media. That's aspiring drill rapper Nate Benz, who police say is one of the gang leaders. The average age of the case subjects is 20. Teen girls are trigger pullers too, like the in this video, says Deputy Inspector Craig Edelman.
They're at each other with a yellow school bus filled with kids in between them.
Making the community safe again is their passion and purpose. For takedown leader, Detective Brandon Ravello, it's personal. This is where he grew up.
A lot of the subjects are wanted for being active trigger pullers, so they're asking us to put on these bulletproof vests before we go out to the locations once the manhunt gets underway. We're on the highway now as part of the caravan going to the first destination. These detectives know exactly who they are looking for because all of the subjects in this case have been pre-indicted by a Bronx grand jury.
Officers go into the building, every detail and movement planned in advance.
Right now, the detectives are inside the building, going into the apartment where they have a search warrant to apprehend the suspect.
Sergeant Christopher Neal is in constant communication with team members, making sure everyone gets in and out safely.
In recent history, we've seen that impact takedowns or takedowns of this magnitude have a profound impact on the community.
What's going on here?
I love you, babe.
A female suspect who's 8 months pregnant is brought out in handcuffs from an apartment.
What's going on? Why did they pick you up?
We are here executing a search warrant on Theobald Avenue in the Bronx in regards to a drive-by to happen in a public school playground.
Bronx District Attorney Darcel Clark announced a 176-count conspiracy indictment against the alleged gang members for everything from attempted murder to robbery and weapons possession. More than a dozen guns were recovered, including some from the takedown.
We're going to stay at this no matter what, no matter how long it takes. We are laser focused on making sure that we keep the public safe.
They are absolutely firing bullets without remorse or regret and without regard of anybody that's around.
This is one of the most violent crews that I've seen. You made our streets, our communities into a battlefield, and there's no excuse for that.
The team members believe their efforts are a step forward in making people feel safe again.
Today, I think, is a victory for the community. Anytime you have a gang that claims a territory inside of a park where children play, it has all the potential for tragedy.
So you're not a trigger puller?
No, I don't pull no triggers.
Now, as bad as it looks, all the defendants are presumed innocent until proven guilty. Keep in mind that everyone accused in this case is under the age of 25. Many of them are just 20 years old or less. And the defendants are found guilty of these crimes. If that happens, they could spend more than a decade, sometimes 2 decades, behind bars. That's the latest. Back to you guys.
Yeah, fascinating glimpse into how it all works. Thanks, Lisa.